A journey through the Book of Hosea, a chapter-level exploration. Chapter 1. Hosea is commanded by God to marry Gomer, an unfaithful woman, as a living prophetic symbol of Israel's spiritual unfaithfulness to God, culminating in the naming of their children to signal impending judgment and scattered mercy. Chapter 2. An indictment of Israel's idolatry, comparing the nation to an unfaithful wife who chases after false lovers, Baals, followed by a tender promise that God will allure her back into the wilderness and betroth her in righteousness and faithful love. Chapter 3. Hosea is instructed to buy back and restore his adulterous wife from slavery, illustrating God's relentless, redeeming love and pursuit of his wayward people. Chapter 4. A formal legal charge, a riv, against Israel, declaring that there is no faithfulness, mercy, or knowledge of God in the land, with a sharp rebuke directed at the corrupt priesthood that has led the people astray. Chapter 5. A specific warning addressed to the priests, the royal house, and all of Israel, exposing their arrogance and spiritual hypocrisy, which causes God to withdraw until they acknowledge their guilt and seek his face. Chapter 6. A passionate, though short-lived, plea from the people for healing, countered by God's critique that their loyalty is fleeting like the morning mist, desiring genuine, steadfast love and knowledge of God rather than empty ritual sacrifices. Chapter 7. An exposure of Israel's internal political corruption, comparing the nation to a heated oven and a silly, senseless dove, as they eagerly conspire against their leaders while turning to foreign powers like Egypt and Assyria for help. Chapter 8. A trumpet alarm, warning that Israel has transgressed God's covenant and sown the wind, and therefore they will reap the whirlwind, having manufactured idols and built palaces while forgetting their Maker. Chapter 9. Prophecies of exile and deprivation, declaring that Israel will no longer remain in the Lord's land, but will return to Egypt-like bondage and eat unclean food because of their deep-seated rebellion at Baal Peor. Chapter 10. A description of Israel as a luxuriant vine that increasingly grew its own fruit for its own altars, leading to the destruction of their high places, physical captivity, and a call to break up their unplowed fallow ground. Chapter 11. One of the most emotionally powerful chapters in the Old Testament, portraying God as a loving father who called his son out of Egypt, taught him to walk, and now struggles with the agonizing pain of letting wayward Ephraim face discipline. Chapter 12. A comparison of contemporary Israel's deceitful ways to their ancestor Jacob's history of striving, urging the people to return to God, hold fast to love and justice, and wait continually for their God. Chapter 13. A reminder of how Ephraim traded their former humility for deadly arrogance and idolatry, leading to a fierce declaration of divine judgment where even death and the grave will feel the sting of God's unyielding wrath. Chapter 14. A final, grace-filled plea for Israel to return to the Lord, complete with words of confession to speak, followed by God's promise to heal their apostasy, love them freely, and make them flourish like the dew-nourished lily and the deep-rooted olive tree. Epilogue. The Book of Hosea is an extraordinary masterpiece of prophetic drama, intertwining the personal heartbreak of a prophet's broken marriage with the deeper agony of God's covenant love. It serves as an unsparing exposure of systemic sin, religious hypocrisy, and political folly, yet it overwhelmingly rises as a magnificent testament to divine grace, proving that God's relentless mercy and steadfast love will always go to unimaginable lengths to redeem and restore the brokenhearted.